Well, it's getting closer and closer to crunch time every day. Just wrapping up a few things on a couple combines. Got a little welding work to do. Grease it, make sure everything's ready to go. The other combine, we still have a handful of things to do, but wanted to get this one squared away this morning. Make sure it's all ready to go. So let me show you what I got going today. Auger here has got a bracket that a seam broke out on. I got to get creative with how I get the welder up here. Thing I'm going to do is put it on the forklift on a pallet and lift it up as far as I can so I can reach with my cord. Should work okay as long as nothing terrible happens. Here she is, the finished product. By no means is it the best weld I've ever done, but if I'm going to show the good welds, I better show you the bad welds. Not the worst thing ever, but definitely stronger than the chintzy welds they like to put on here. I mean, look along this whole thing. I mean, that's all they do is just a few little short beads. So I think what I did is going to be a lot stronger than what was there before, and obviously it broke. She's pretty stout now. Hopefully I didn't just lose something. Next step is to let that kind of cool down a little bit. I'll get some air, clean the area up, and put some fresh paint over it so it doesn't rust and rot away. Just got done greasing every zerk on the combine and on the header, and I took a little bit of time and got my toolbox all stocked up. I got a set of sockets, some punches, wrenches, a hammer, an impact, got some lubricants, some parts cleaner, extra tubes of grease, and I have all my spare parts for the header because that's kind of the most common thing you're replacing day in and day out. Look who showed up. Bucky. Oh, let's do some calibration time.
Show, you know how to do it?
Relearn.
All right.
Preset all my harvest settings. I kind of forgot where they all needed to be, but I found in the manual and I just went with the general setting first. Then once we go out in the field, we'll adjust it as needed.
You ever seen channel locks that big? Replacing bearing?
If it was a red combine, you wouldn't have to do that.
I know. I wish we had red ones so we wouldn't have to do it. At least I wouldn't. I'm trying to get this bearing off without screwing up the shaft and this boot. Good luck. Good luck. Dadgummit. Not again. Getting to warm it up without blasting it up. A little trick let me show you. Show the YouTube. 60% of the time, it works every time. All right, they're gonna blow up. Get a little bit further through, might be able to hammer it down. What? You hear what I hear? Baby crying. You know why? Baby's been born.
Really?
What? What?
Really?
Double struggle. So, grab it. Rest of the bearing right there. I'll just make a slit on both sides and it'll just fall off. When we got it off, we didn't really nick our shaft. This was what we didn't want to really cause any nicks in it. So now we'll just come in and get some emery cloth, shine that up. And we got a new chain, elevator chain going in this pig. I had to shorten it up last year, and then the paddles are getting worn out. So we'll do new chain. We'll do this belt. Check a couple little things. Oh, I need to check on my reverser. And we'll be done with this pig. Ready to calibrate some row crop headers. You guys ready to see the row crop head back in action this fall?
About a few days out from really getting into bean harvest, but we had some small bins that we usually store seed beans in that we need to get cleaned out so that they are clean and free of any seed contamination, because for seed beans you need to make sure you maintain seed quality and all that. So we're in here at Derek's place, got 3 bins to clean out. Leaf blowers help a lot. So I initially go over the floor with the leaf blower, sweep it towards the door, and then take a shop vac it up, and then keep going over until you get the bulk of it. Just got this bin done. One more to go.
This is the new shaft, but pulley here, spacer, sprocket, spacer, bearing. So kind of just shove it all through one at a time. Make sure you get your cog on the right way. Just kidding, there is no right way. You got to line up your little square key with square on the shaft. We got our bearings on. I still got to put the lock collar on, but I want to get this one set so we can get the pulley lined up, and I can know how far to get the back one set first. Put the shaft a little recessed, and it lines up. Just dead centered on this next idler pulley. Okay, tighten this lock collar in. Pulley on, get it recentered.
Bucky and I just got finished getting the new clean grain elevator belt chain installed. Something wrong?
Yeah, I changed this. Looks like it needs some shorter carriage bolts.
8 carriage bolts. That's exactly what we need.
We're gonna set the tension on this elevator chain now.
It's the next day, and as you can tell, already doing some fall tillage. This was a seed corn field that was picked a week or two ago. Yesterday the co-op came out here with a floater and spread out rye grain for cover crop. What we like to do is go over it with the VT, smooth it out, work it in a little bit, help it get some better soil contact, and then the rye comes up beautifully and plant beans right into it next spring. VT's working good, pulling it with the quad track, going about 8.5 to 9 miles an hour. If you look back behind me, you can really tell sometimes, you know, VTs don't seem like they're doing much. When you look back there, there's what's been worked. Nice, smooth, lays flat. And then to the right is the corn stalks that haven't been worked yet. So looking at that, you can really tell about how smooth the VT rolls everything out. Okay, I got a question for the viewers, or specifically you guys that also farm or involved on a farm or whatever else. When you're out in the field, working ground, harvest, planting, whatever you're doing in the field, are you someone that's got to have music playing on the radio or a podcast, or do you like it dead silent so you can just focus on everything? I'm just curious. I mean, depending on what I'm doing, I usually like to listen to music or whatever. Sometimes I listen to older stuff, newer stuff. I'm only in my 20s, just old enough to appreciate music from like the 80s and 90s from like my parents' era, but there's still some newer stuff that I like. Every once in a while I might listen to a podcast and change it up a little bit. What do you guys? Do you guys listen to music? Do you like it dead silent? Do you listen to podcasts? So let me know. Oh snap. We're gonna give her the old college try. We're running dry. First dump of the year. Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Woo! Soybeans! They look pretty good, actually. There you go, there's about 400 bushel. I got a little bit of greens pods yet. Really can't do much about it. The beans are running 11%. So you kind of just got to send it. Oh, it's all right. The wind's going the right way. We're good. I think it might be safe to say soybean harvest 2022 has begun. Let the games begin. Here we are from inside the cab. Mustard in the saddle, trying to dodge rocks. There. We are working on getting the grain tank clean, and I see you didn't clean his window here. See what we can keep doing here. First time getting out. Plug the sickle section. I don't have any gloves on. Sucker's sharp. Gotta go in here, pull all these beans off the cutter bar, throw them back on the belt. Rolling again. Had to undo that side panel, hand roll it around. Well, within 6 acres, Devin managed to break some sickles already. Yeah, I broke them. Come on, man. Come on, man. I'm gonna get combined. Oh no! You seem to got the rock issue under control, hopefully. Seem to be going all right. Give Decker crap in the comments. Who wears shorts during bean cutting season? I just was watching the beans. Like your legs are gonna be so cut up. Kids these days. Look at the dedication. He's a jogger. He's a runner. He's a track star. Look at him go. Get the angles. What a dedicated YouTuber. Surprised he didn't have the drone out yet. It's only day 1. Technically, we always call this day 0, don't you? You like didn't even think you were gonna go, and you're just like, all right, let's just go. Day, I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, that sounds more real. Like you finished last year, like, oh yeah, everything dialed in and knew exactly what I'm doing. You get in this year, like, I had no idea what the heck I'm doing. How do you even turn this thing on? Like, it's like riding a bike, isn't it? Big bicycle. All right, looks like we just got this little piece done. It's about 12 acres. Just finishing off the combine. He was 3/4 full. Oh, he's spilling the beans! There you go. Much better. You know what you're doing. Fill her up. I'm about to pop the grain cart over. Oh, we just got finished up for the night. We're just packing her in like sardines, boys. For a couple more. You need to clean this cab. Oh. Jeez. What the?